welcome back everybody to another D&D stream here at the CBG. We were going to do a continue Zach's Monster Hunter one shot, but due to some scheduling conflicts, we're going to be switching over to Strahd for today. Um, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and recap. Um, our party had previously gone to the ruins of Berez, seeking out one of the kind of a two-part thing, trying to seek out a lost seed for the Wizard of Wines and some more information gathering on both Strahd and some other things. While they were there, they came across um, a ghost of the late Burgermeister. Um, who is repenting for some misdeeds that he's done that he felt like he was in the right to do. But also, they found a pen of goats, which was mysterious. And in trying to feel out some more reasons for these goats, accidentally tripped an alarm that was on the goat's pen and summoned a witch hag person that was living in a hut in the middle of this swampish area. A skirmish later, with some really quick and mighty hits from Leek, dispatched this being, trying to take her for questioning, though as soon as she regained consciousness, blew up into a cloud of insects and tried to get away before being immediately struck down by Falco. Um, with a lot of questions still in mind, decided to take a look at the hag's abode, finding that there was a number of not much there, but had actually located what might have been the seed. Um, Also finding a chest of some goodies that they dispersed. Began to try to collect the seed when striking the floorboards caused the house itself to shake and come alive. Um, with three of the members inside the house and two of them outside. The members, those being of Karabar and Esmeralda. The rest of the party inside. Um, as the house begins to rise and stand up on its own root-like legs and whatnot. So we'll go ahead and begin this uh, session with a roll of initiative.
Oh boy.
Hell yeah.
Diving right into it.
Such a shit roll.
Not that bad.
It didn't even spin on the screen. It just popped out and skid along the page.
What? There we go.
Oh fuck.
There's so many fucking images in this. Almost good.
All right. So it looks like Falco and Robert have the same initiative. Which one of you has the higher speed?
I got a dex of
Serge.
2 and a walking 2 of 30.
What's your dex, Robert?
Also 2, but I have a walking speed of 40.
Hey, I mean, I think you got it.
All right, I'll move you up the chain there. There we go. All right. So, leading off this current endeavor is Esmeralda. Esmeralda kind of sees this Hutt rising up and just kind of gives a glance over to Karabar. Is like, what do we do with this?
Uh, I'm not sure. I've never come up with a walking house.
She just kind of takes a defensive action, just kind of wondering what's going on. So she's going to take the what was it, the guard or defense pose.
Dodge.
uh, Dodge action. Yes, there you go. Leak. You are inside of this place as it's coming up, and as I recall, you're the own. I think yes, you and I think Robert were able to maintain your footing as the
Yeah, I
house
definitely
rose up,
fell.
and then Falco was the one that kind of fell prone. Um, the house kind of comes to a level point where it's not, shifting as hard, but it is still kind of wobbly. What do you do as you're inside this house now that it's standing and come alive?
Oh, what the fuck is this? What is going on? I want to try to run out the front door.
Okay. You can easily get to the front door. You get up to the ledge and you look, and you're about maybe 10, 15 feet up in the air.
Can I see the legs below me?
Uh, kind of. You kind of like lurch over a little bit and you see these big roots, many of them kind of like spider legs that are just kind of like flexing and moving. They're not really walking at the moment, but yeah, you can kind of see a couple of them.
I don't know how legal this is. Can I hold an action to grab either Robert or shit, sorry, we skipped a week and I'm forgetting names. Don't tell me. Falco. So I can grab one of them and on my next turn try to fly him down.
I mean, you can hold your action, and if you can definitely grapple someone if they allow you to. Like you can freely grapple someone if they don't contest you. Um, and then I'd say as far as flight, um, I'd say holding. You probably have to make a strength check to make sure that you can firmly hold on to someone as you're in midair, and your fly speed would be reduced by half.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, I just want to shout out to Robert and Falco. Like, I can fly you guys down one at a time. And I hold out my arm, and I guess that's my turn.
Okay, so you gotta hold out your arm and see if they take any action. Um, with that, it comes to the Hutt's turn. It looks down to well, I guess you don't know if it's looking because it doesn't really have a face, but the front door kind of lurches towards you, Karabar, and you
The
kind of
door.
looking up at it. You kind of look at it amazingly, kind of shocked, but then suddenly some of the roots come up and start lashing towards you.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right. So the first hit is a 28.
Yep, that hits.
All right. So that's going to be you take a hit and you take 30 points of
Holy
bludgeoning damage.
fuck!
Oh my god!
Okay, maybe we stay inside the house.
Jesus, how close? So this thing's right next to me, right?
Yeah, you're kind of like you because you were standing right there by the door. So
Yeah.
when it grew up, it's just like it's right there.
Okay.
And then it's going to come with another swing.
Sorry.
Multi attack.
That's going to be a 32 to hit.
Let me just consult my. Yeah, that hits.
And so that's another 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. I am down.
So you see this massive root just come over and just slam, and sending Karabor straight to the ground. And then the last hit, because it can attack 3 times, goes for Esmeralda,
Oh my god, fail!
which is a 29 to hit, which obviously hits. And she takes 32 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jeez.
Is she okay?
Yo.
Not that I know.
She takes the hit, and it knocks the wind out of her, but she's still standing. And so that's the end of the Hutt's turn. Karabar, go ahead and make a death save.
Okay. That's just a D20, right?
Yes, D20, 10 and higher success.
Okay, good. 16.
Oh, so that's 1 success.
At
What
least
does
we all have a
Karabar think as he hits 0 from fucking like full health?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was pretty much full. I only had 2 less, but even if I'd still had those 2, I still would have went down.
So this is a very important question. Was today a good berry day? Do any of us have good berries?
I think so, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yes, I definitely did it. All right, today is a good berry day.
I got 3 in my inventory and a sobriety chip. Falco be giving me all sorts of stuff.
All right.
You earned
So
it.
with that, Robert, it is your turn. As you kind of feel this house lurch as it goes and smacks your party that's outside of this house, and you see Leek standing there by the door holding out his hand. What do you do?
Rage, first of all.
That's his
Okay.
tradition.
Yep.
Smart move.
I guess I would join Leak and see if I can see what's going on out there.
What form of a beast do you take?
Oh, my tail.
Tail. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I want to
I'll say the house doesn't really have reach. Well, it doesn't. Maybe I don't know.
I like the tail because it boosts my AC as a reaction. But since it's like 32 to hit, not gonna do much for me. I'm gonna do bite. Choose a little bear muzzle. I'm gonna do bite this time.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you move up to the door frame with Leek. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh my god, shit. 11.
11. You can the house is kind of like shifting and is making it hard to kind of get a clear sense of what's down there. Not to mention with Leek by the door, you kind of can't get into the right position. You see what might be a couple bodies down there, but you can't see what their condition are.
Cool.
You're raging, just jump.
Well, I mean, do I want out of the house is the question.
You know what? That's a fair question. It might be safer inside.
I attack the house recklessly. I just start
Okay.
swinging my axe around.
So what are you targeting? Are you just chopping up the wall, the floor, some of the furniture?
No, the wall. I'm structural for sure. I think I'm going. Is there like a support beam? I can't.
No, there's no like pillars or anything else like this. This is like a small little 4-walled shack. So it's...
Yeah, I'm just gonna hack away at the wall and see if that does anything.
All right, go for a swing.
I had such a good idea. Can't wait.
I swear to fucking god, these
If I was
die. I need
conscious,
to
I have an idea, but I'm not conscious.
What was it?
12.
12. You go and you take your axe and you slam it against the wall. And I guess it was either your footing as the house shifted, it causes you to like your angle of attack goes off a little bit and it hits the wall, but it skitters, doing minimal damage. So it would be a miss.
Yep. I'm superstitious, so give me 1 second. I close the page and I'm reopening it. And I'm gonna attack again because I have multi-attack now.
Go for it.
Attack.
21 to hit.
21. You get a better footing and you kind of wait for a moment where it's steady and you go and swing and you hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Well,
8, so that's 6, 7, 8. Range damage, right? Yeah, so it's gonna be 8 slashing damage.
8 slashing damage. All right. You go and you let loose into the wall and it sticks into the wall. And you pull it back. And I mean, you made a cut in the wall. But you can't really gauge whether you're hurting it or not.
That makes sense. It is just a house.
yeah.
Cool. That's my turn.
All right. Falco.
All right. So we had already established that we looted the place dry before this happened, right?
You looted the contents of the chest, which, as far as right now, you would assume that that's basically all the valuables in the house.
Okay. Yeah, because we checked the place pretty thoroughly as far as I'm concerned. So I'm ready to see this thing burn. So first thing I'm doing is I'm casting. So my familiar was underneath the floorboards, right?
Yes, as a tiny spider with eyes on
Yep. The green
gem.
sphere. Right. Cool.
Um,
So what I want to do is
Speaking
I
of,
want to. Sorry.
your familiar would still be in its spider form underneath the floorboards with the gem, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to say when the house came alive, you feel like you've lost connection to your familiar.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So, but I
Isn't
did
that-
see the gem though. Like I know that to be.
You know,
the case, so-
you mentally know where the location of the gem is.
Okay.
But while the whole thing was you weren't in you were in mental contact with your familiar, but you weren't seeing it. But you know that connection was severed immediately when the house came alive.
Gotcha. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is right where I know the gem to be. I'm going to cast create bonfire. I'm trying to burn this fucking house to the ground.
Okay.
So I want to, if I can, I want to create it underneath the floorboards, like where my familiar would have been seeing. So like light it up under the floorboards to try to get that gem in it as well.
Does it allow you to place it where you've previously known, or does it have to be within sight?
A creature you can see, but I figure because my familiar was down there and
your familiar was down there, but now that you don't have line of sight on it, even through your familiar's eyes, you can't cast so you can put it on top where the floorboards are, but you can't put it inside the cavity.
Would you think that it would burn down, or it would burn up, right? That it wouldn't affect the ground underneath it.
You wouldn't have any idea how it would react because this is an entity you haven't come across.
Cast
you
it
don't know.
down.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to. Can I cast it upside down? I would love to, but like a fucking rocket boost. But if I can't do that, then I'm going to cast it right at some drapes, whatever bookshelf or drapes, just something very wooden and very dry looking to try to light this bitch on fire as soon as I can.
That's fair.
Um,
Yeah, I'd say that you can place it by nearby some like drapes or something like that.
mhm.
So you go ahead and cast your bonfire.
Okay.
Um,
It's a deck save on their part.
okay, so
16.
with a two, that's a failure.
Ooh, all right, cool. That's gonna be 7 fire damage.
7 fire damage.
All right.
All right.
And with my bonus action, I'm going to turn into a moorbounder with my with my wild shape.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I kind of look at the crew. Before I turn into a moorbounder, I say there's a gem underneath the ground that seems to be important in some way. I think we should take that out. And yeah, I say that and say somebody save Carabar. I'm going to try to stay here to rip through this thing. Yeah, and that's all I got.
Alrighty. So we then go back up to the top with Esmeralda. Yeah, she kind of like she knows that if she moves, she's the house will be able to attack her, and not being able to take a hit like that anymore. Uh,
She could disengage.
she's kind of like she brings up her hands and she closes them, slaps them to her chest, and then she disappears as she casts greater invisibility on
Oh
herself.
shit!
Okay.
Smart.
And so, and then she uses her movement to fall back out of range of this um, tower. And that'll be her action. Leak, what are you doing?
All right. Have you guys seen Empire Strikes Back?
Of course.
All right. See, I wanna take out my 50 feet of rope, and I wanna tie it to something nearby that looks sturdy, maybe the door.
Um, give me a perception check. Quick perception check.
Let me go ahead and do that at disadvantage because I still have a point of exhaustion.
Oh boy.
30-20.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right. With that, I'll say that you notice that there are a number of pieces of furniture in this house that are bolted to the ground. And you kind of like most of you kind of notice this as the furniture begins to rock back and forth from doing that. None of the furniture kind of slides around, other than maybe the occasional chair, because everything is kind of locked into place. So you can find a piece of furniture, like a leg of something in here that you can tie it around. You could tie it around the door, but you don't know how much weight it will be able to support before ripping off the hinges, as the wood walls on this thing do look pretty well worn, rotted, and whatnot. So you could definitely take the chance of tying it off to like the door handle, but a more kind of what would make more sense, I guess, would be to tie it off to something, one of the bolted pieces of furniture.
Oh yeah, if I noticed a bolted piece of furniture, just whatever is closest to the door that's bolted down, tie it around the leg real quick, which I assume would be an action.
Yes. So yeah. So I'd say that you take your action to go and find a piece of bolted. I'd say like probably one of the cabinets or whatnot that has legs. And you go and you make sure to tight a secure knot. Um, in fact, go ahead and give me a performance check for that.
Oh, performance. Oof.
I believe in you.
3.
Yeah, that knot's not going anywhere. It's sturdy.
All right, it looks good. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna fly out the door and start flying around its legs. Bonus action, step of the wind.
Got it. All right.
I go as far as I
Um,
can.
so how much movement total would that get you?
I have 40 walking inside of the house, and then I have 65 flying. I don't know how that translates to what I would have left outside, but the bonus action adds another 65 feet.
Nice.
All right. I'd say that you can get a number of rounds spinning around the legs. I'd say you make like two or three passes before your time is up.
Right.
And how long is this rope?
That's 50 feet.
50 feet. Okay. Yeah. I'd say you should be able to get about two passes.
All right, yeah, I think I'm all spent up. I'm gonna try to trip it.
Got it. Got it. All right. Anything else?
I think I'm spent. That's movement, action, bonus action.
Got it. Got it. All right. It's now the Hutt's turn.
Damn it.
So, with Karabar kind of face down in the mud, Esmeralda just vanished from view. The only thing the Hutt senses is this flying creature spinning around it. So it's going to make some attacks at this flying creature with its roots.
Safe inside.
So that's a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's going to be 27 points of bludgeoning damage.
No. Okay.
And with another swing, that's going to be 29 to hit.
Oh, good lord.
Yep.
Oh
That's
no.
going to be 24 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm down.
All right. So as you're going swinging around this tree with a rope in hand, just kind of zooming around, you don't see the quick flash of these roots as they come, and one kind of catches you from under and slams you up into the air, while another one comes down and slams you right down into the ground, and you come down with a burning crash right into the mud, and Leek is unconscious.
Oh no.
At least there's some rope on it.
All right.
It might.
Airbar, go ahead and make a death save.
Okay. I don't want to be too meta, but it's definitely the seed.
Right.
Let's see here. Let's see if I make this one. Oh, whew, it was almost a 4. 14.
14, that's another
Okay.
save.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Robert, you're kind of at the door, and you kind of see, Malik doing his spins, and all of a sudden gets swatted out of the sky like a fly and into the ground.
I want to jump down.
You're gonna jump outside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a acrobatics check to see if you can kind of roll with the fall as you jump out from this extremely tall precipice.
Not great. 11. Hold an 11.
All right. All right. You leap out expecting to kind of hit the ground and do like a shoulder roll to absorb most of the concussion of the thing. But as you go to leap out, the house shifts and you lose your footing and you kind of like somersault outside the house and you kind of fall flat on your back, and take 11 points of fall damage as you kind of hit the ground prone.
Would that be halved because I'm raging?
Yes, that would be halved.
How far away is Carabar from me?
Um, you would have to use half your movement to get up, and I'd say that he is probably, in order to get to him, you'd probably have to use your movement and dash.
How far is Leek away from me?
About the same distance, so you kind of have to choose who you want to go for.
Yeah, we're taking a little nap together.
Like a repeat of pies all over again.
Pie gate.
I'll go to Carabar because I know if I get Carabar, he can take care of me.
Got it.
So
So
I'm
you
gonna-
use the rest of, so you go ahead and dash all the way up to Carabar. And so that's your action and your movement. If you have a bonus action, you can use it.
I don't. I'm a barbarian. I can't
Got
do
it.
much. So that's my
All
turn.
All right, Falco, you're the only one left inside the house. What are you doing?
Okay, so oh wait, on its turn it had to make a
Got it. That's right. Dexterity save. That's
dexterity
going to
save.
be a 12.
That fails.
All
So
right.
a little bit of that fire damage.
Where did you place the bonfire?
Ugh. Placed it on some like curtains, like
Uh,
just trying to light this thing on fire as much as possible.
Yeah, and you
Uh,
notice that the fire is like catching, but it's not like kindling. It's not going whoosh. It's just kind of slowly kind of burning. It's a very, very slow
okay.
burn.
Yeah. Okay. So so with my action, I want to go to where I know the crystal to be,
Yep.
and just start fucking digging at it. Like I'm trying to like a fucking a squirrel trying to get a nut.
Right. So go ahead and give me a strength check
All right.
as you slam your paws into there and you're trying to rip it out to open up this cavity.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull up the stats of the creature. Yeah, that's gonna be 21.
21, easily enough. You go and you dig your paws into it and you just give a mighty yank, and the wood floorboards just splinter away, revealing the cavity. However, this cavity is a lot different than what your familiar, who is no longer in there, um, had appeared, because this cavity is now a mouth with large, sharp teeth. You can see the gems down there, but this mouth is kind of like protecting it. You see that it's within reach, but you'll have to stick your hand in there to grab it.
Can I do that this turn, or do I have to wait?
You the strength check would have been in your action to open it up.
Okay.
Um, yeah. You do have a bonus action if you wish to do anything, and your movement.
Let me just make sure, but I think I don't have anything. Yeah, no, that's me.
All right.
Uh, does this thing look like it could get an attack of opportunity if I move back?
Considering that you're kind of inside the house, there's
Is it
nothing
like a
really.
prolapse mouth?
No. You can see that it's kind of inside the cavity. There's no real way for it to like bite you outside of it unless you're sticking something in there. So I'd say you
Okay.
have free movement to move around without provoking a opportunity from the little mouth.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll just I don't like how you said little mouth, but I'm gonna just take like 5 feet back and just kind of wait till that's my turn.
Got it. All right. Do. So up next is Esmeralda. Um, in her invisible form, she breaks out of her. She drops her invisibility now that she's kind of in a safe distance, and just does what she can to whittle this thing away. She um, She flicks open a hand with and it crackles with fire, and she lobs a simple firebolt at it. Um, so that's going to be yeah. So she goes, she lobs the firebolt at the house, and it spatters against the house, and it just kind of splashes away in cinders without doing any real damage to
Oh
it.
no.
She kind of curses to herself and just just kind of like stands there confused and frustrated, not being able to do much else. Um, Leek, go ahead and make a death save.
Alright.
Oh,
Oh
natural one.
shit.
That's 2 fails, right?
Oh
That's
no.
two fails.
Fuck me.
Oh man.
Not looking good for the mighty Leek.
With your 1 day chip in hand. Oh, fuck. You're about to make a difference in this world.
Whew.
It comes to the Hutt's turn. Seeing this new entity come out and into view, it goes and swings its mighty vines towards you, Robert.
That fall damage actually saved me too, so maintained my rage.
Nice. All right, so this one actually is a 19 to hit.
It misses.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, so this large
I rolled a 2.
this large root comes by swinging, and you actually see it coming, and you duck, and it goes whoosh as it passes right over you. But another
All
one
your fur
comes
is shaking.
swinging by, and this one catches you off guard with a 31 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
This one kind of smacks you, and you take 31 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to what is that, 15?
Okay. Okay.
And then and you get hit with this root, and you're kind of expecting another root to come back, but out of the corner of
No.
your eye you see a large boulder being lobbed in your direction, as one of the roots kind of picks up a nearby rock and launches it towards you,
Okay, that's fine. I
for a
really know.
30 to hit.
Of course that hits. You don't even gotta announce them.
And you take the hit, but it doesn't hit as hard as the other ones. You take 18 points of damage, reduced to 9.
Whew,
Fuck
okay.
yes, dude.
Thank goodness for barbarians.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the only one who could last in this situation.
And so you take the full fledge, and you're still standing. And so that's the Hutt's turn. Karabar, go ahead and make a death save.
Okay,
He's
cool.
got
That they also have to make a dex save for the fire.
Yes, that's correct.
run that bitch.
Come on. Oh,
That
natural
would
20.
be-
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
All right. So you're there, laying in the mud when your eyes kind of flicker open as you come back to consciousness with 1 hit point.
I just have moons in my eyes. Shit, I sort of sit up and I see Leek is on the ground. I see
Robert is actually right there by your side too.
I
Leak.
go
Help him. He's gonna die. Go help him. That's your job. Go help Leak.
oh, hi, good to see you.
Shaking the stars out of your
Yeah.
eyes.
I look at Leek. Oh shit, I think. Okay, thank goodness. We took a short rest. Did we? Yeah, we definitely took a short rest. Okay, cool. Whew, thank God. Okay, I grab my amulet, I point at Leek, and I pump all of my preserve life channel divinity into him. So, Leek, you get 30 HP.
All right.
Yes.
So you come to consciousness, Leak. You like your eyes flash open as you receive a surge of vital energy.
You see a beam of light come from my amulet, and a very soothing female voice say, Karabar's got you, Leak. And so that's a channel divinity done, and I believe that's an action. Yeah, okay. With my bonus action, I will. How are you looking, Robert?
I'm okay. I'm still above that. Okay.
Okay, then with my bonus action, I'll say a quick prayer to Saloon and say, Saloon's got my back as well. Give myself a healing word. So that is 10 plus 3 from my from that feature that I got recently, which is Disciple of Life. So that's 13 HP back to me.
Nice.
Heal. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to. I mean, I have nothing else that I can do, so I use half my movement to stand up, and I hide behind Robert.
Alrighty.
And
And
that's
then
8 points of fire damage.
yeah. What was the save? I'm sorry.
16 dex.
16. Okay, so it actually just makes it save with the
Oh,
16.
all right, then nothing.
Yeah. All right. So with that, Robert, you see all this happen. What are you doing now?
How far away am I from like root legs?
Root legs.
Like,
You're within melee distance, so you can go ahead and start whapping at them if you need to.
oh, fuck yeah, then yeah, I just start hacking away.
Got it. Go
Reckless.
ahead and do your
Use
thing.
that bite, you can get some HP back.
Only if I'm below 39, which I'm not. You have to be below
Oh,
half.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
13?
13. You go and you aim for one of the massive roots there, and you hit it, and it just kind of bounces off, doing no damage.
Okay, I'm trying again. Trying again. 18.
18. You go and you wind up again. You swing it, and it sinks in. Go ahead and do damage.
So that's going to be 11 slashing damage.
11 slashing. You go ahead and you put a nice little notch into this leg of a root, but can't really tell if it's doing much damage.
Of course, that's okay. That's
Maybe it's a glass cannon. We don't know.
yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Falco, what are you doing?
All right. D- just on a glance, does it look like my fire is like doing significant damage? Like it's like, oh wow, I'm really taking damage out of this thing, or does it look like uh, a, a fire in the winter woods kind of thing, like just like barely doing anything?
You take a look and you see like the curtains itself have kind of like have gone and burnt away. The actual wooden structure of the house though is not really catching. It's showing scorch marks and that it's like it's burning the actual wood, but it's not catching like dry kindling. It's a very slow burn. So it's not really doing as much as what you probably think it's doing.
Okay. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to with my bonus action. I feel like I'm trying to reach for this crystal. So with my bonus action, I'm going to go into a rage.
Ooh.
I'm going full angry energy. Give me that fucking crystal! And reaching down and trying to grab this thing. So yeah, I'm trying to rip this thing out.
Okay. So, anatomical question here. Does your warg have opposable thumbs?
What I'm thinking I'm doing is I'm baseball like
Are you bobbing for apples?
ripping it up. Exactly. I'm trying to rip it out. Like,
Okay.
I'm trying to claw attack slash like, like a cat, just
Okay. Okay. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
okay. All right. Deck save. Let's do this. Nat one.
Nat one. You go and you try to use your paw to kind of scoop it out, but as soon as your paw like goes into this orifice, the it flexes tight and all these tiny like wooden teeth pierce into your paw, and you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay, which is half
As
because
a
I'm raging.
Yes, which is halved. And then you go and you like kind of give a little bit of a yelp and you yank your hand out.
Well, I'm not trying to. Oh, can I keep going, or does it like just make it? I have to get out, like kind of thing. So I'm trying to
No,
push
yeah,
through.
like cause like when it contracts, it like envelops your hand, and so you can't really
Hmm.
push any for it deeper. You kind of have to pull your hand out, let it retract, and then try again.
Okay, so if I only get one action, then that's all I got, then, huh?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'll try again next time.
Got it. All right.
Ugh.
All right. Back up to Esmeralda. Esmeralda looking a little frustrated. Um, decides to
Fireball?
fortunately she does not have that kind of spell on her, but she's going to do the best she can and cast magic missile at 3rd level.
All right,
Okay.
not bad.
So,
So that's
uh,
5 darts, correct?
yeah. It's always 2 plus the spell's level.
Isn't it 3 plus the spell? Isn't 3 the base
Yeah,
amount?
it's 3. I think it's 3 missiles base,
It's,
right?
it's yeah, first level is 3 bolts, so 2
Yeah.
plus the spell level.
Oh, for sure, that makes sense.
So yeah, so she goes and this stream of missiles just kind of fling out from her hands and pockmark this thing, only doing 19 points of damage as splinters kind of like fragment off of it. It looked like it did some damage, but it's the this gargantuan beast still looks uh, pretty structurally sound. um,
But how high up is the house versus the tentacles or the roots?
The like as far as the floorboard from the floorboard down, I'd say is about a 15-foot drop. From the like
Okay.
the roof is probably like an extra 5 feet, so probably or yeah, so it'd probably be like 20 feet in tall. It's a massive
Mhm.
beast.
Okay.
Leek, you're awake. You have some health. What are you doing?
Okay, how do the legs look with the rope?
Uh, the the rope is kind of wrapped around the massive tendrils, but since it's not walking anywhere, it's
Mm-hmm.
hasn't really need to move as all the targets are within range, and the end of the rope that was on you was let go when you fell unconscious. It's kind of slack, so the rope isn't really tied off anywhere to cause it to do. So it's slowly starting to unravel itself.
Okay, it doesn't seem to be moving, so that plan is not working. I think I'm going to do something I haven't done yet and try to light it on fire with everybody else.
Go for it.
Can I fly directly underneath the house, like in between all the legs?
Mm.
Yeah, I'd say that you can probably. I wouldn't say that you'd be able to go inside of its legs, but I'd say that you probably can get onto the exterior if you need to.
Okay, yeah, somewhere near the bottom of the house.
Yeah,
I'll,
I'd say you can fly up to like the base on the outside, but going the inside, like on the very bottom of the house, is just a matted nest of roots and vines that going in there would not be a good idea.
okay, I want to bash it a couple times with my quarterstaff.
Go for it.
I got to do
Right in the nuts.
that. 13 to hit.
13. You go and you slam your staff on there, and it just like recoils back.
We trying again. 25 to hit.
25. You go and this is with your staff still.
Yeah, the regular staff.
Okay, so yeah, you go and you hit it, and it still recoils back at it, but you see a nice little notch dent that you put into there. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right, we did a meaty 9 bludgeoning damage, and I'm gonna try to stun it.
Oh, amazing.
That'd be cool.
The stun, what is that's a paralyze effect, right?
Yeah, where is it on here?
It's his own effect is stun.
When you hit with a melee weapon attack, you can spend 1 key point and make the target stunned until until the end of your next turn if it fails a con save.
What condition would that be? Is that a paralyze effect?
Stunned.
Stunned is its own condition, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, go ahead. And what's the? It needs to make a con save, right?
Yeah, con saving throw DC 14. Yeah, I don't have a super high DC. It's kind of a
So
lot.
it saves with 25.
Most houses have really good constitution. They just sit there. They're so sturdy. Okay, well then,
Shit,
yeah.
I need to live there.
Okay, something I haven't done yet. I'm going to take a hand off my staff and put it straight on the house. And right after an attack action, I can do Searing Arc Strike and use 2 key points to cast Burning Hands.
Nice.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Phoenix Fire.
Come on.
Burning Hands.
The roasted chicken.
15-foot cone. They make a dex save. Take 3d6 on a failed, half as much on a success, and it says the fire ignites any flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
Right. Sorry, I was reading something. Was that like an attack roll?
No, you have
there.
the house makes a dex save.
Dex save. Got it. Okay. Dex save of an 8, so it fails.
Yes.
Okay. Roll this manually, 3d6.
Burn that bitch.
11
Burn the
fire
house.
damage, and if possible, I'm open to catching on fire.
Burning down the house.
Okay. So you go and you release this torrent of flames across the exterior of this house. And after this big flash of fire goes, you see that it left a pretty good scorch mark. And you see a couple embers that are burning, but nothing as far as it being like ignited into kindling.
Not sure this house can be lit on fire now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. How much of my movement? Do I have enough movement left to try to get inside?
I'd say, yeah, you have just enough to get inside.
Okay, yeah, I want to get inside with Falco because that seems to be the safest spot.
Okay, so you go use the rest of your movement to get into the doorway there.
That's my turn.
Right. And so now it comes back to the hut. The hut is now looking down to these two here. It's kind to go ahead and make some attacks on you, Robert,
Good. Okay. Not terrible.
with a 31 to hit.
Do I even need to justify that with response?
You might get your
Um,
tail away or something.
Choose my
So
tails.
that's 42 points of bludgeoning damage reduced to 21 points.
So much. How many die are you rolling?
So many.
Fuck, dude.
And then another hit. This one's a 17 to hit. So this root kind of goes flying over as you kind of dodge out of this way as it slams to the ground, nearly hitting you, Karabar.
Ah!
But this last one kind of goes and oof. This one being a 32 to hit, doing 36 reduced to 17, 16
I don't
points
know,
of
I'm not good
damage.
at math.
Hold on.
18, right? It was
18.
36.
Yeah, 36, 18.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty good, but I'm still up. I'm
All right.
still up.
Hell yeah.
All right.
As a beefy bear.
Karabar, you're kind of cowering there behind Robert as all these roots start flinging around him. There's a calm right now. What are you doing?
Okay, let's see here. You're looking pretty rough there, Robert.
You're
Look,
muted.
You got
Oh.
muted.
I should.
You're muted. Yeah, I'm looking bad.
Okay.
Not great.
Okay. Cool. I will sort of grab my amulet and say one more time, Saloon, and use my channel divinity, my last channel divinity, to give you another 30 HP.
Nice. It goes a
And
long way. Very.
Yeah.
No.
Especially when it's flat like that.
Mm-hmm.
and then just to buff you up even more, I will go and take this as well, and I'll cast Cure Wounds, first level. So that is 16 HP, and then I get 3
Ooh.
back myself. Because of Blessed Healer, I said the wrong feat, but it's Blessed Healer. Yeah, and then should I risk the attack of opportunity to get out of range? No, because it's swinging like a madman and getting 32, so probably not.
I don't know if I can do this on Karabar's turn. I want to convince him to hop on my back so I can give him a piggyback ride. I don't know if I can go away from my turn to do that.
I'll say like as a free action, you can like mention that real quickly. So,
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll gladly do that. I hop on without much question. Okay.
yeah, so you can use part of your movement to hop on.
Okay.
You have a battery backpack?
Yeah.
Little healing pod on you.
Mm-hmm. Hup, 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 hup.
All
Fair
right,
warning,
Robert.
that is the last of my healing.
Okay, Robert, it's your turn.
Cool. You said it's only like 10 or 15 feet up, right?
Correct.
So if I'm carrying Karabar, I'd have like half movement, right?
You would have half movement because yeah, you would be carrying them, and not to mention since you're having to hold him as well, and during this piggyback, I'd say if you are going to make any attacks with Karabar on your back, they'd be make with disadvantage.
I am not trying to make any attacks, but last level I did get another subclass feature, which gives me a climbing speed equal to my walking speed, and I can climb difficult surfaces, including upside down on ceilings, without needing to make an ability check.
Fuck yeah.
Can I just log up the roots to the house? Because I have 40 feet of movement, so that would give me 20, even if it was halved.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
haven't got to get up there.
I'll go ahead and allow it.
Thank God. Oh,
I'll say
yeah.
that
Hell yeah.
you're able
got it,
to
Esmeralda.
find one of the
Esmeralda.
one of the main trunks that as like that uses it as a leg, and you're able to climb up the legs quickly, digging in your bear form, just kind of like leaping up into the house. Um, Esmeralda is kind of out there going, just not knowing what to do.
She's
Um,
visible.
she is visible because
Okay.
she had to cast when she cast those spells. It was there, but
I think
actually,
say greater invisibility.
I have to. Oh, is that I didn't really read the spell there, but I also have to retcon something
Okay.
because the house has blind sight. So even if she was invisible, house would have seen her.
Mm.
Mm.
So I'm going to roll a quick attack here.
Oh fuck.
She did.
She might be dead.
She's pretty tough.
Yeah.
But she
She
really
got a lot.
necessary to the prophecy is the question.
Yes.
I'm
Seems like
heavy
it.
on plot armor.
Okay. So she did get hit with a 29, but she's still up. So all those previous actions would have still held.
Thank God. Okay.
Okay.
But she is looking heavily damaged.
Run! And then since it just took my movement to get up there, right? So can I still take my action?
I'd say you got up to the doorway with Leek. I'd say yeah, you could take an action there if you wish. Because that was technically your movement to climb.
I guess I'll just kind of like assess the situation, see what Falco's been doing up here.
You just see Falco like pawing at a hole.
That's right.
I used up all my movement to get up here, so I guess I don't want to waste my action, and Rivera would absolutely attack over doing nothing. So I'm gonna drop Carabar if I can. If not, I'll just make my attacks with disadvantage with
Yeah,
him on my
I'll
back.
hop off. I don't if I can.
I'm swinging my axe, regardless.
I'll say that it's because it's like with Carabar, you can dismount on it would have to be on your turn in order to actually dismount. Robert, I'd say that you can like let go, but he's still kind of on you. So if you were going to make an attack, it would have to be at disadvantage.
That's fine. I'll attack recklessly to balance it out, so it's a straight roll.
Got it. Go for it.
So my first one, so 23 to hit.
23 hits. Carabar, you're riding on Robert and he takes out his axe and you're just along for the ride as he makes a
But if it's cocked against me, then it's cocked in my favor as well. So I'll just shoot.
It heard you.
So that's going to be 11 slashing damage for the first one.
nice.
And then my second attack is 25 to hit.
Ooh.
Nice.
5 hits. Go for it.
Nasty.
And that's actually going to be max damage. So that's 13 slashing damage.
Ooh.
Nice. So yeah, so you're definitely wailing away. You're actually starting to see a little wear on the house. As it's starting to like a lot of the roots are starting to show nicks and cuts, and the house starting to show like splintering and fracturing. But it is still standing and still very angry. Falco.
I'm going to look at Leek and just in his mind say, "This seems like a thing that needs a quick hand versus a strong hand." So, with my action, can I try to hold this thing open? Like, I just want to rip this thing open as much as possible to give Leek the shot to get his quick hands in there, because clearly not a strength thing. It's more of like a quickness thing.
You wouldn't. There's no real way to hold it open without you actually sticking your hands in there and suscepting yourself to damage. And even then, you don't know the exact strength of this thing. If you could actually hold it open, when it bit you, you felt the tenseness of that bite, and it was very strong.
Okay.
But I mean, you
Okay.
can still try if you wish, but it may not do much.
Okay, well, I'm going to just try to shoot to take the thing out again then.
Okay, so you're just going to go ahead and give it another swipe. All right, go ahead and give me another dex saving throw.
Saving throw, okay. 13.
13. You go and you try to give it another swipe, but it's just this mouth is just too fast. And you take another 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay, halved.
Yes, halved to
A
3.
lot better than fucking 42 we were taking out.
Right? But its
Yeah,
mouth
for
is-
sure, for sure. I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should have just attacked, like just ripped this fucking thing as much as I can. But all right, that's my turn.
All right. That brings it up to Esmeralda, who's just is panting hard and is just doesn't know what to do. Is just going to continue lobbing firebolts at this thing.
Maybe it'll take a while to get to her. And you're
With
hopeful
a natural 20, does max damage on it.
Ooh,
Nice.
it's
very nice. We need
So
that.
that's so she a fireball kind of like ignites in her hand and she like throws it like a, a pitcher, and it rockets out and it hits one of a bundle of like roots that are kind of like hanging underneath the house, and it just ignites into a little flame as she does 31 points of damage.
Damn.
nice.
And
Pissed off the picture.
a lot of the um, roots down there kind of like singed and glowing orange with a bright ember. Let me double check on this thing here. With that, it comes to you, Leek.
Right, I heard Falco in my head, and so I'm gonna head over to him and try to snatch the orb.
Go give me a deck save.
Ah, good thing it's not a check. Not rolling disadvantage.
Thank God.
13.
Still
13. You go and you're like, I got this. You rub your hands together and you go and you foom, like that, but with just blazing speed, this mouth just clamps onto your hand. And you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay, I assume that was my action.
That was your action, yes.
Okay. For a monk, I can't do the bonus action attack unless I did the attack, right?
Correct. So like that would only be if you took an attack because it's a supplement from that.
Can I still?
I think didn't
You
Tasha
can
get-
do you can do a bonus action. I thought you were
I think
able to do an
Tasha's
attack
changed
with a bonus
that.
action.
Yeah, I was thinking like 2-weapon fighting. Can I still do the bonus action, but just a punch, maybe not with my martial arts die, or am I understanding that wrong?
I think you can. Hold on. I'm looking up too because I thought they changed that in Tasha's.
Right. Give us a
That
second
you
while we do a quick rules check.
classic rules. It wouldn't be D&D without it. Let's see.
When you use the attack action on your turn, you can make one unarmed strike as a bonus action. So I think I can, unless they
so
did
yeah.
change Tasha's, and this is the old one.
It would have to. I think you would have to take that feature. I think if we were doing that, but let me double check.
Yeah, I don't see it. Maybe I'm just wrong. So I don't see that.
Yeah, it looks like you
I
would
thought
have
they
to
changed it.
made an attack in order to do that bonus action attack.
It's key field attack. You would have to spend a key point as part of your action. Uh, on your turn, you can make one attack as an unarmed strike or as a monk weapon. So if you could find a way to spend a key point for something, then you could bonus action attack. But if you can't spend a key point, I guess
I
that's
don't
it.
think I can spend a key point without using my bonus action, so I think I'm staying.
Hmm.
Quicken spell. I'm still reading Tasha, sorry, but quicken healing as a fourth level. As an action, you can spend 2 key points to roll a martial arts dice. You gain a number of hit points equal to the number rolled plus your proficiency bonus. So
Already used my
you can
action,
heal up
but
and nah. Oh yeah, it does. So,
yeah, I should have went with Natasha's version.
never mind.
Yeah,
Tasha's gave you guys
alright,
some
well, yeah,
love.
that's my turn.
All right. So it is now the Hutt's turn. Do.
He reaches inside itself. He's like, fuck.
Let's see.
Remember the episode of Cat Dog where one went into the other's mouth and he like it met himself?
Hmm.
It's like a singularity.
That shit was ridiculous.
All right. I'm going. Okay. So the Hutt, seeing that the only person out here is Esmeralda, is going to start moving towards her. I will say because of what left is that rope around the legs, it's going to make a strength check to see if it can either snap the rope or it see what happens.
Oh, I'm so glad the rope did something. Maybe
Yeah.
this will make a cat.
With a 7, I'd say that it stalls some of the movement. It doesn't cause it to fall, but I will say that it halves its movement. So it moves 15 feet and doesn't get quite towards her.
Nice.
And so
Thank
that'll end its turn. Karabar,
That's nice.
you are kind of riding along.
Okay, she kind of let go of me, right? So I can just let go and,
Yeah,
and hop
so
down.
you can,
Okay.
yeah, you let go, you're on there. I'd say that would be a free action, so you still have all your movement if need be.
Sweet. I'm going to head inside and say, "Here, let me try to get this," and I'm gonna use my telekinesis, to try to grab it.
There
Okay,
you go.
Yeah.
so you go and you try to use your telekinesis, and it latches to it, but something's holding it in place, and your telekinesis doesn't have the strength to pull it out.
That's
Yeah, what is it? 10 pounds? 5 pounds?
Stop it. Okay. Well, that's whack. Okay. It uses my action to try to do that, so that's a bummer. I'm going to. Yeah, I mean that's all I really got. So what's my bonus action? Anything?
You got no more spells?
No, no. I mean I have cantrips, but that's about it. I can use my bonus action to try to telekinetically shove. Can I try to shove the gem out or?
Oh, you're shoving it deeper into the
No,
hole.
no, no. Up, up. I can either pull or push with my telekinetic shove.
Okay, I mean you can give it a try.
Okay, it's a strength check, or a saving throw. Sorry, strength saving throw.
Considering it's a inanimate object, I'm assuming it fails its save.
Okay, then it would move 5 feet towards me.
Let's see here. I'd say that you go and you use your telekinetic pull. I would say in this instance,
Right.
and it lurches, but the vines that are wrapped around it just tighten
Oh
and
shit. Okay.
prevent it from going.
All right. Well,
Like the Heimlich.
yeah, it's in there tight, guys. You got it. That's all I got. So that's it.
All right. So Robert.
I obviously approached the hole and I'm like, look out, guys, I got this. So real talk. Since I obviously know what's going to happen, would I gain the benefits of danger sense with this and get advantage on the saving?
It is a save, and you can see the creature. So yes, you would be able to get
Right.
10%
I'm gonna
save.
try.
Good shit.
Correct. So do a deck save.
He didn't roll that great. 15.
15.
It's
You
the highest
go
so
in
far.
there, you go and you lunge your hand inside the hole, but even though with your senses, it's still lightning quick. And you take 8 points reduced half, so 4 piercing damage.
Next time, we'll get it.
All right, Falco.
All right. I'm pretty much expect that I'm not going to get this, so I'm going to just try to rage scratch this house. I'm a cat like that, just like its owner left, and I'm really trying to make a stink of it.
All right, go ahead
Just
and
going
make an attack.
holy shit. All right, let's see. 20. Okay. 14 to hit.
14. You go and you start thrashing about, but all you really do is make a mess.
Oh, classic cat move. All right, that's all I got.
All right. Esmeralda's out there seeing that this thing is starting to lurch for her, and she just takes off. She's like, fuck this shit.
Fuck
And
this
is
shit, I'm out.
dashing
Oh,
away.
nice.
Good for her.
Leak,
I'm gonna try to snatch it again.
go for it. Make a deck save.
Don't do me dirty anymore, dice. 17?
17. Still too quick.
Damn.
And it gets your hand.
God damn.
And you take
Yeah.
10 points of piercing damage.
Oh. It's my turn.
All right. It's the house, and so it's just going to go ahead and make another strength check to see if it breaks the thing there. With a dirty 20, I'd say it finally snaps the rope, and it's just kind of slowly lurching towards Esmeralda, but can't really catch up. So you start feeling the house rocking back and forth as it's starting to actually move. Um, Karabar.
Well, hmm. I don't have a lot of HP, so I will help. I'll just give the help action to who's after me. Robert. I'll just say I'll be there for moral support as
So they
my
already
friends.
have advantage
Oh,
on
how?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, he already has an advantage. All right, then who's after him? Falco. I'll go and give you the help action,
All right,
and
cool.
that's
I'm
all I
just
got.
ripping the house apart.
okay. Robert, go for it.
Quick question.
Yes.
Looking at this whole mouth root setup thing, does it seem logical that if we were to try and like attack the mouth or the roots or something like that, it might make this, not to be too meta, but make this check easier
Knock his
to
teeth out.
When you look down the mouth, it's just a pit with a bunch of like spike like teeth. It's like looking down a sarlacc pit. And so if anything, like you can attempt to like chip away at it, but it doesn't, other than maybe doing damage to the actual house, it may not, it doesn't look like it's going to make the overall task any easier.
Okay, fair enough. Then I'll just try one more time to reach in there and snatch it.
Go for it.
Think about the fish. Think about the fish.
I might have an idea if nobody gets it by my turn.
I rolled the same 15.
Yeah, you go and you go, but it closes on your hand and you take 5 points or 10 points of piercing damage reduced to 5.
I mean, the good thing about this is it's keeping him rage up.
All right. Falco, it's your turn. What are you doing?
All right, I'm gonna get risky. So how first of how bad does this house look? Like, does it look like it's like death door bad, or is it like so pretty beefy?
As far as like its condition,
Hmm.
um, I'd say that I mean, it definitely looks like tossed and messed up, and you see a lot of nicks and cracks in the wood and stuff like that. But it doesn't look like it's about to fall over
Okay.
or crumble or anything else like it. It still has a lot of structural integrity left, but you can actually, but it does have a visual representation of how much damage you're doing to it.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to drop my wild shape,
Okay.
and I'm going to go up to the hole and be like, you know what? Fuck you, house. And I'm going to thorn whip drop my rage too. I'm going to thorn whip and try to reach the crystal in
Nice.
the hole with my thorn whip. And
Nice.
I have advantage because I'm getting the help action if
Okay.
I.
If anything, let me ask Karabar, how are you helping him?
Uh, that's a good question. I am. Uh, that is a good question. I'm sort of directing him as far as what the vines look like. Like, yeah, those vines are less tight right over here. Try to aim over here. They're not quite as tightly knotted over here. Just sort of giving him
Shut
another
you sound like my
perspective.
dad.
All right. So I say that you make your vine whip attack. It latches onto the
Well, I have to see if it hits first.
oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay, but that's a 26. So
26. Yeah, I'd say that would
first
hit.
one.
It goes
See
and
if
it
I get it.
latches onto the gem. As it does, you go to tug it as the vine wants to pull it, but it's delayed for a second as it's struggling against the house, keeping it in place. And then the mouth itself, detecting that something's in its thing, collapses on the vine itself. Um, and for a moment, it stays like that before the vine snaps and swoop, snaps back towards you. Um,
Back to reality.
It took how many piercing damage? Oh, sorry, give me 1 second. It took 6 piercing damage from that.
okay.
'Cause my thing's thorny as well.
Yeah, I'd say so.
The
That
thorns hit the thorns.
6 damage went towards the actual gem since that's wrapped up around it, and I'd say that it also wrapped hit to the house itself since it clamped around it with all the thorns. So
Okay,
6
cool.
to that, and then is that all you're doing?
Um, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. Esmeralda is just outside trying to keep away from the house. Leek, you're up.
Okay, so I got two ideas.
Okay.
One is either really smart or really stupid. The other one I think is really cool. Which one should I go with?
Uh,
Hmm.
cool.
Hmm.
It's- I'm
I
thinking
think
like
your vibe is smart and stupid.
you said it's like a starlight pit, right? Like it's a pit and there's vines inside and they
Yeah,
punch
it's
down
it's
inside that
basically
hole.
like yeah, it's a pit, and along the walls of it is just spikes of wooden teeth that come out.
Okay. It's just like the teeth just all jut in, right? It's not like something constricting.
Like anytime that you went and you stuck in there, you saw that the not only does the teeth like jut out, but you see that the wood itself kind of clamp close itself like an actual mouth or orifice that's constricting closed.
Maybe you could radiant punch it.
I'm thinking of filling the pit with ball bearings so it can't constrict when we try to reach in.
Oh
Hmm.
God, that's horrible.
You'd be covering the gem in ball bearings, making it more difficult for you to actually get a hold of it too.
That's fair. Okay, so instead of that, I'm gonna take out my portable ram and I'm gonna start bashing up the floor around the pit.
Ah.
Okay. I'd say that these would be making attacks against the house.
Okay. The portable ram, you can use it to break down doors. When you do, you gain a +4 bonus on strength check. One other character can help you use the ram, giving you advantage on this check. So is it just, am I
Is
just
it
making an attack roll with it?
does it list how much damage it's doing?
It does not.
Okay. So I'd say that if since it doesn't have a damage thing, I would say that if you were going to do this, you'd just be adding your strength modifier, and that's how much damage you'd be doing.
Okay. So it's just like just my strength modifier damage.
Yeah, it basically it'll be turning this into a what's the term they use?
Improvise.
An improvised weapon. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to bash up the floor and
Okay. So you go and you start slamming around the walls and the floor and everything else like that. And how much damage do you do to it? What's your
uh my
strength modifier?
my strength modifier is 3.
3. So you do 3 points of damage to the house.
All right. I do it again. I got multi-attack.
Okay. All right. So that's
And oh,
there.
now I can bonus action just gonna stomp on the floor and try to do a little more.
Okay. With that, go ahead with your stomp. Go ahead and do a roll and attack on that.
With my what?
Roll and attack for your stomps and stuff like that.
The stomp is 14 to hit.
14. You go and you make the stomp. It doesn't do any damage to it.
Okay. Well,
You
this
push the
time,
floorboard back in place.
right? I cleaned. Well, yeah, hopefully that helps. I don't know if it did at all.
I mean the damage that you did with the ram does show. You put a couple cracks into the floorboards, but other than that, it's still. I mean, you still see a bunch of visible damage, but as far as how much damage it's taken, you can only surmise.
Okay. I'm just gonna shout to Parabar, "Give me a hand grabbing this orb." Wink, wink.
All right.
I
It
think I got
is
the
the Hutt's turn as it continues lumbering through these um, area, trying to go after Esmeralda. Karabar, what's your turn?
Yeah, I mean, if Leek called for help, I'll go over and I'll be like, yeah, yeah, anything, I'll help you with whatever you need, man. What's up? And I guess I'll give him the help action too, and whatever he seems to be doing. If he's using the ram, I'll grab the ram as well. If he's stomping the floor, I'll join him in his stomps.
Okay. Robert, what are you doing?
So this thing clamped down on my arm.
Yep.
I know the answer to this is probably a no because Falco wasn't strong enough to hold it open, but does it seem like there's anything around that might be strong enough to kind of like wedge in there to try and keep it from slamming shut so quickly?
ball bearings.
Give me a perception check around the house.
Maybe a ram.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thought process.
A hollow ram.
19.
A bazooka.
19. You look around and there isn't much available in this house that you might be able to use to keep the mouth open while at the same time not restricting your access to get to the gem.
Okay.
But yeah, there's not much around unless you have something on your person that you think you can use.
Fair enough. Now let me ask, and I apologize for asking so many questions, but when we're reaching in trying to grab this gem, is it slamming shut on us before we do? Like when we're still trying to reach for it? Or is it like we grab it and then it slams shut on us and we just let go?
Yeah, so when you go, it's basically like you're trying to be faster than the hole because it senses like your hand goes in and it senses the hand going in and it's protecting the gem. So then it clamps onto it. And then once it clamps onto it, you can't push deeper into it. You have to pull your hand out. So it's basically just a thing of just being super fast of trying to get the gem and get your hand out before it can clamp on.
Okay, fair enough. Then, yeah, I'm gonna try and grab it again and hope that I roll better than I've been rolling. I don't think so. 19.
19. You go and you slam your hand in there and your fingers like graze the gem before the hole snaps closed around your hand. And you try to push through to grab it, but it's not budging, and you can only do is just recoil your hand out. You were close, very close. But with that also you take 9 points of damage reduced to 4.
Not
All right,
40.
Falco, you're up.
All right. Uh. Okay. I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Summon Beast at 2nd level.
Okay.
Uh. You guys already know. Call for to be the spirit. And it's going to go directly after my turn. I'm going to make it a beast of the land. And I'm going to use it to just start helping me rip up these walls.
Okay.
All right.
So, so before your beast goes, is there anything else that you wish to do during your turn?
Oh, with my bonus action, that's right. Let's see what else. What do I got? What do I got? Bonus actions. No, I think that's it. I'm gonna just chill.
All right. So then, yeah. So it's your beast turn.
Yeah. It's only gonna be a 12 to hit.
It goes and it starts scratching and clawing at and everything, but it doesn't look like it's doing any damage at all.
It looks like a baby bear, by the way, with glowing white fur, like almost like under like a black light, you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So Esmeralda is just running, doesn't want to get hit. Leak.
I just imagine her just like through the muck.
Right.
Massive house.
Right. Leak, what are you doing?
Can I toss Karabar my shovel as a free action?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm tossing my shovel and say, ram this in there, and I'm going to try to grab it.
So you're trying to throw your hand and the shovel in there at the same time.
Preferably the shovel first. Or
He
maybe
threw the shovel. He threw the shovel to me, and then I guess he's gonna hold his action to wait till I throw the shovel in there to reach for it.
Well, I mean, you did the help action, right? I would assume that would be
Oh,
your
I see. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would do if my help action is still going. Yeah.
Same time, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
if you're doing it at the same time, you would have to that would give you the help. If you're waiting for him to do it first, that would be a hold action.
Okay, yeah, shove this in when I throw my hand in, and then I throw my hand in.
Got it. I'll shovel it.
All right. All right. I'll say you can make your deck save with advantage.
Nice.
Trying to stop that from closing on my hand.
Oh my god!
It's with advantage.
I start just
I
rolling
rolled an
horrible.
Oh, man.
Wow.
He has
Jesus Christ.
fire.
Yeah, I haven't rolled above
Yeah.
9 trying this.
So you go and you thrust your hand in there, Karabar, you go and you throw the shovel in there at the same time, hoping that the wide blade of the shovel will keep it from hitting like encroaching his hand. But as both of you go in, the the strength of this kind of juts in, and the metal plate of the shovel is just crumpled as the yeah, as the teeth dig into your arm. So you take 13 points of piercing damage
Oh my
as you yank your hand out, and the shovel comes out, and the tip of that shovel is just a mangled mess.
Something's got to give, guys. Eventually.
Right.
Just numerically, it's
The same thing over and over again.
insane how badly we rolled.
Yeah, statistically, this doesn't make any sense.
All right. So the Hutt is still chasing after Esmeralda, and so it's Karabar.
Okay. Uh, Seeing everybody fail, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a try. Why not? You know?
Yeah,
All right.
statistically speaking, one of us is gonna roll a 20.
Yeah. I mean, I can survive. I can survive one of those bites. So,
All right, go ahead and give me a deck save.
deck save. Come on. All right. That's why I'm not doing it. 11.
So you go and you're like, I got this. Saloon will wash over me. And you go and you dip your hand in there, and immediately it just shuts on you. And
My
you
fingers. I don't even get my whole hand in there.
you take 10 points of piercing damage.
Ow! Not doing that again.
As it closes around your hand, and you yank it out.
I almost pass out from the pain. You guys
You're right.
got it.
All right, Robert,
Doing it.
go for it.
I know I'm grasping at straws now. I'm not even gonna ask. I know the answer. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna... 21.
Oh, come on, please.
21. All right, so you're in there. You focus. You're trying to remember back to when you were catching the fish. It's like, this is exactly that. I just gotta wait for the moment, fast as lightning. And you go and you get yourself psyched up, and then boom, you like that, and everyone around you, you see his arm just, and with a blur of quickness, just digs into this tunnel, and in a flash, you look to your hand, and there's the gem in your hand. And as soon as you rip out this gem with blazing speed, you start to feel the house lurch and then halt, frozen in place.
Ugh.
I give you a high five.
And knock the seed back into the hole.
Bing, 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 bing. It circles the rim like a basketball, then just falls right in.
That's all I had.
Oh God.
You see, you look at the hole inside, and you see the teeth slowly rescend back into the thing, and yeah, as far as you can tell, it becomes inert.
Okay. Cool. That's good. I guess I'll hold the green gem out to Falco, because I assume he'd be the one who's most likely to know and be like, is the seed?
Yeah, like, was I able to put anything together from what we just saw? I know my familiar was down there. It got killed or cut off from my magic or something. And then these teeth showed up with the thing in the inside. Like, can I even put sticks together for this one?
What are you trying to discern?
What happened? Like, what this house is? Like, what's going on?
Give me a Arcana check.
Okay.
I'll give you guidance.
I'm gonna guide myself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
In canon, I'll take your guidance as a
cool.
3. So.
Saloon guide you.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Now we roll up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Of course.
So, you kind of
Numbers
inspect the
don't
gem a little bit, and you kind of run the events over in your head. You kind of feel like this gem gave this, it brings a life, an energy to certain things, and that's what gave this this gem acted like a soul to this hut, which was able to animate it, and without it, it can't really do its thing.
Hmm.
Um, but you look it over, and you do feel that sense of energy, that uh, feeling of like energy, that of growth and whatnot. But you do, it does match the description of the seeds from the Wizards of Wines when they told like and give you descriptions of what they look like and stuff like that. So
Very dope. Very
you
dope.
have one of the seeds.
All right. Uh, I look at the group and say, "That's some good shit." But hey, this this is the seed I think that we're looking for. With a little bit of druidic magic, I think we could do some big things. And clearly, it wasn't being used for anything good before this. So, congratulations, guys.
All right. That's
Can
one.
I
Fuck.
go out onto the porch and see if Esmeralda's still alive? Because I don't think we know from being inside the house.
Yeah.
Oh
Give
yeah, I
me
completely
a
forgot about her.
give me a perception check.
We got a couple resurrections left. She probably.
I can't see her. Don't see her anywhere.
Uh, Meanwhile, Falco hasn't been hurt at all. He's in perfect health.
I'd say that yeah, you walked out onto and you don't see her immediately, but eventually you see her form like walk out and kind of like in suspicion, even though that this thing has supposedly stopped. She kind of looks at, but after seeing you, she kind of a little bit of a sigh of relief is like, "Is it dead?"
We got it!
We think.
You just kind of see this sigh of relief come over her as she kind of like sits down on the ground to catch her breath.
Karabar,
I
bleeding from the nose, ears, and eyes and mouth, goes,
Hand.
Is everyone okay? Is everyone doing all right?
I'm dying.
Alright. You know.
I'm perfectly fine.
Okay, good. I'm gonna have a sit and then passes out.
Uh, I think I'm gonna also create a bonfire. Well, we're getting down, right? We're not staying in this thing.
Yeah, I'll carry knocked out Karabar down the same way I carried him up.
Oh, thank you.
I can
I'd
try
say
to.
that everybody is able to get down out of the house easily enough with your skills and everything else like that. So you're
Okay,
now
cool. Yeah, I want to do one last check, but then I want to set a create bonfire in the house before we leave.
no problem. So you go ahead and go ahead and give me an investigation check if you're trying to look for anything else.
All right, cool. Just guide myself real quick. Okay, okay. All right. Uh, 5.
You give the
6.
place, yeah, you give the place a once over, and yeah, you feel like you've gotten everything. So
All right, let's burn this bitch down.
you go ahead and you light your bonfire and you exit out of the house, and you just let it do its thing. So you all are all out, kind of on the edges of this ruin as far as like how fast Esmeralda and the house was walking. Um, you're still kind of like on the edges. What do you guys want to do?
I don't even remember what the plan was after this stop.
I don't either.
I think after this
First
we
of
were
all,
gonna. Oh, go for it.
well, I was gonna say like, what time of day is it? Because everybody's pretty fucked up, obviously.
It's
Like,
definitely
Mhm.
it's like nightfall at this point. This whole the battle with the hag took a good minute, and this um and with the taking the long rest, or not long rest, but the short rest before intervening with the house, it's I'd say it wasn't that long, but it's definitely becoming evening. The sun is starting to set, and it's going to be dark pretty soon.
I thought it smelled bad on the outside.
Hey, we should probably set up camp.
I mean, I don't really feel like carrying Carabar here very far, so yeah, let's let him sleep it off.
You setting up his tent, or is he just sleeping under the live saloon tonight? He'd probably like that.
Yeah, and I drop him.
All right. So are you making camp just like right where you are, like within the ruins, or are you like making
Oh,
camp somewhere else?
I mean, I think we would want to try to get out the swamp at least.
I guess that's
Feels
fair.
like, back to the path.
I guess.
Who wants to sleep in the mud?
All right. So you guys go ahead. You march out a little bit out of putting a good amount of distance between you and the ruins. Finding some more firmer, drier areas as the marsh is a little bit probably too moist for you guys. And you guys go ahead and set up camp, and you go and take a long rest.
sweet rest.
We'd obviously set up watches and stuff, but yeah, I needed that.
It's real bad.
A second
Yeah.
here.
I assume it's just me doing my sentry's rest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
More exhaustion.
Go ahead and give me a perception check there, Robert.
Yeah, jump again.
Not great. 13.
13.
If this was the first part, if maybe it doesn't matter, but if it was the first part, I think I would stay up because I didn't take any damage. I think I would stay up for the first, section, and then let them take the rest by themselves afterwards. If it's too late, it's too late. But
I'd say, well, go ahead and give me a as you're doing your first half in conjunction with Robert.
Yeah, like I'm essentially in my head taking like a short rest for the first hour or so, just kind of get my wild shapes back before I go to terrible. Plus 8 though, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. All right.
I rolled the custom rollbacks and I just added my perception.
All right. You guys go ahead and take your long rest, and nothing eventful happens. So you successfully take your long rest, and you gain a level.
Oh, nice.
Hello.
Level up.
So it's close to just about time for everyone to wake up. Robert, as you can kind of see on the horizon that the faint grayish glow of maybe the sun starting to come up, even with all the overcast. But soon your camp is engulfed in a fog. And it grows really, really thick. And then out in the distance, you start to hear the sounds of battle, like two armies clashing.
It doesn't strike me as having an army type of city, you know? They can barely. They don't even grow food.
Whoever's closest to me, kick him a little bit to try and wake him up.
Sure.
Like I stand up to try and get a better look, I'm assuming, at what's happening. But I assume I can't because of the fog. And then yeah, whoever's close to me, I say kick, but I mean like nudge with my foot, like, hey, wake up.
Let's see.
Well, you left me out of my tent, right?
Yeah, I kind of just dropped you. It might be you.
I'll
That's right, everybody else.
say. Hold on. One, two. Nope. Falco, you get a kick as Robert starts to like rise you from your slumber.
I instantly start looking around. I'm very paranoid.
Yeah, and you start to hear the same sounds she does, like nearby, like kind of like over the ridge that's close by to your camp. You hear the same like distant sounds of battle, shouts and cries and clangs of swords and armor.
Okay. Does this sound like come from a specific direction, or is it kind of like
Yeah,
omnipresent?
it's like yeah, it does sound like it's coming from a specific direction, and it sounds like it's fairly close.
Mm, okay. In Robert's head, because I don't want to make too much noise. Say that doesn't sound good. Do you think we should maybe you know, hide and kind of see what's going on, or just circumvent altogether?
I think we should wake the others so they're at least prepared in case something happens.
Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll go for in, you know, in their heads, like, don't make any noise. We're there's trouble around in both of their heads.
Okay, Karabar would wake up startled, but would do his best to be quiet.
You guys want to go fight?
Oh fuck, I don't know. I'm pretty sore.
Such a good fight yesterday. Let's go have some more.
That treehouse fucked me up. You guys
What are
can
you guys
fight me.
doing?
I'll keep you alive.
At least go see what it is, though, right?
Uh, sure, we can.
I want to wake up Esmeralda too before we just leave her again.
Yeah. Yeah. You wake her up, and she shows the same sort of curiosity to these sounds as well.
Yeah, I mean, I figure I want to know what it is, but I want to be. I don't want to just charge in. Try to sneak, I guess.
Right. So you guys are going to go investigate these sounds.
Sure.
All right. Go ahead and give me a group
um,
stealth check.
I'll, I'll cast passive without trace.
Nice. I will cast
No
guidance on
problem.
myself because I have disadvantage. Oops. Should have rolled that again. Whatever.
Natural.
Oh, and I also pass out the good berries.
Plus 10 plus a d4.
Mornings, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
38. So sneaky.
27.
18.
Nice.
35 total.
Oh, and let's see.
Shit.
Esmeralda. Lands a 32.
Nice.
So you guys start to crest over this small hill. And as you peek at Robert, you go and your foot snags onto a rock and you slam down with a large clang. But it's quick, and it doesn't seem to have caught anybody's attention that you know of. You guys progress onto this ridge, and it overlooks this kind of large plain, but it's still hard to see as the fog is super thick. Um, but But suddenly the fog takes on the forms of soldiers on horseback charging across the field.
Hmm.
They collide with armored pike bearers wearing deviled horn helms. As each soldier falls in battle, it turns into fading mist. Hundreds more soldiers collide in a storm of screams and clashing metal.
I don't know, man. The last time we ran into ghosts, it didn't turn out so well.
Yeah, do we want
Yeah,
to
I
get
want to get
involved?
the test again. If it wasn't for Karabar, I might still be a little girl.
Yeah, that's a terrifying thought.
I don't know if we want to get involved in a misty army fight.
It may be a
Yeah.
regular, granted, but not a Misty army, right?
Right, right.
Right. So you guys are just kind of staying put.
I think I would start creeping back to the
I
camp.
mean, I'll watch a good one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm trying to kind of go the other way.
All right. You guys kind of like hang a little bit just to watch, but moments later, you hear a thunderous roar. A second later, a huge dragon made of silver mist glides overhead, dispersing enemy soldiers with each flap of its mighty wings. Its long reptilian's tail slices through the air above you as the dragon carves a swath through the fog, affording you a fleeting glimpse of a dark mansion overlooking the valley.
Spooky.
Hmm. Is it a real mansion or is it a misty mansion?
You do see it. You get a faint glimpse, and it looks like a an actual mansion off in the distance, up high, and it kind of overlooks this field.
House 3, the death.
Is
But
it which direction is it? Northwest, south?
north from your position.
That's kind of where we were gonna go, right? To the castle of the Silver Order or whatever, the paladins of the Silver Dragon.
Is that what we were going to do
I
next?
mean, I think we just saw a silver dragon.
Well, it was
Yeah,
we were deciding between going to that place next or to the other seed at that hill by the wine.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But I think
well,
this is a good reason to go to the house mansion.
it
As you
seems
guys
like
are discussing this, the battle comes to a close as the fog and mist just kind of coalesce once more into just a solid thing, and then slowly starts to dissipate as more light starts to shine in through the clouds.
was is that where fog?
It could be.
You guys see a bunch of crows around.
Well, I guess the decision is now: are we going to the hill to get the other seed, or are we going to the mansion of the Silver Dragon?
The hill's like right by the winery, right?
Yeah.
So if we happen to
We're
find
already
this,
here.
if we happen to find the seed that we have no idea where it is, we'll just grab the last one right by the winery and then head there.
Okay.
I don't think we got to worry about that one unless we find the second seed
True. Okay.
or third, or whichever one is mysteriously hidden somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm a little worried about that mysterious
DM,
hidden.
random question. If
Yep.
if I were to cast a beast message, could I send the seed to where I'm going, or it would only be like words? I couldn't like send the bird with holding something.
Oh, what's the description of the spell?
Give me 1 second. I don't have it prepared today, but it's just in general. I'm just thinking kind of ahead. All right, so animal messenger. It's kind of long, so get ready. By means of the spell, you can use an animal to deliver a message. Choose a tiny beast you can see within range, such as a squirrel, blue jay, or bat. You specify the location which you must have visited, and a recipient who matches a general description, such as a man or woman dressed in uniform, town guard, or red-haired dwarf wearing a police hat. You also speak to the message up to 25 words. The target beast travels for the duration of the spell toward the specified location, covering about 50 miles per 24 hours for flying, 25 miles on for other animals.
So
Whew.
yeah, so
When
that
the
would
messenger
be.
arrives.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I mean it's pretty much when the
Yeah.
messenger arrives.
It's basically just letting, like, basically an animal messenger just takes a note
Hmm.
or a message to someone else. Not a delivery person, unfortunately.
Okay, okay, no worries. Um, but yeah, so that's some weird shit, and I guess we gotta go to the house.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
All right, onward.
All right. So you guys are going to start going towards the mansion.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Hmm.
So our party goes and treks through the fog, heading towards the mansion that looms in the distance, and we'll go ahead and pick that up next time. Um, so hopefully next week we'll jump back to our Monster Hunter one shot. Um, but if there are any changes, we will definitely notify you via Twitter. So please go ahead and give that a follow, and so you'll be notified. Not to mention, give us a follow here on Twitch, so you'll be notified whenever we're streaming. Definitely check out our YouTube channel for all our previous D&D content. And yeah, once again, thanks for watching and joining us. Thank you for your support, and we will see you next time.